The United Kingdom's Ministry of Defense latest intelligence update on Ukraine, July 28, 2023. The Russia-Africa Conference convened in St. Petersburg yesterday, July 27, 2023, with a notably reduced African presence compared to previous years. Only 17 African heads of state attended, down from 43 at the 2021 summit. The sparse attendance comes just over a week after Russia unilaterally failed the Black Sea Grain Initiative. The now-defunct Grain Initiative had facilitated the export of 30 million tons of Ukrainian grain to Africa since its implementation last year. It provided vital nutrition to food-insecure states across the continent, including Ethiopia, Kenya, Somalia, and Sudan. Russia's withdrawal from the agreement and ongoing blockade of Ukraine will not only directly disrupt food shipments to Africa, but also drive up global grain prices more broadly. The fallout from Russia's invasion is therefore likely to exacerbate food insecurity in Africa for at least the next 2 years. African nations' reluctance to embrace closer ties with Moscow reflects their disapproval of Russia's actions, which threaten progress on food security and wider development goals across the continent. The Institute for the Study of War Russian Offensive Campaign Assessment. Ukrainian forces continued counteroffensive operations across at least 3 sectors of the front. On July 28, Ukrainian officials stated that troops pressed forward with counterattacks to the north and south of Bakhmut, while Deputy Defense Minister Hanna Maliar noted advances south of the city as well. A Russian military blogger also acknowledged Ukrainian gains near Kurdyumivka and Andriivka, villages on Bakhmut's southern flank. Military bloggers additionally reported ongoing Ukrainian ground attacks along the Zaporizhzhia-Donetsk border, with some conceding Ukrainian capture of Staromayorsky on July 27. A Ukrainian source claimed forces have reached within 10 to 12 kilometers of Russian defensive lines near Berdyansk. Military bloggers stated that Russian troops repelled Ukrainian attacks near Robotyne, Verbov, and Pyatikatki in western Zaporizhzhia. However, Vostok Battalion Commander Alexander Khodakovsky assessed that Ukrainian strikes are degrading Russian command and control across the depth of the front. Meanwhile, Ukraine's General Staff reported the 247th Guards Air Assault Regiment refused orders to deploy near Staromayorsky due to heavy casualties and recent Ukrainian gains. The reports paint a picture of continued Ukrainian momentum across multiple sectors, while Russian forces face mounting losses in both personnel and territory. Ukraine appears poised to continue exploiting weaknesses in Russia's overstretched defenses through further local counteroffensives. The Institute for the Study of War key takeaways today. Russia's Black Sea naval activities likely aim to blockade Ukraine's ports without overtly enforcing a naval blockade and risking open conflict. At the Russia-Africa summit, Putin tried reassuring partners that Moscow will maintain economic and security commitments despite reduced African attendance. The Kremlin remains disinterested in African leaders' vague peace proposal to restore international trade. Russian authorities seem increasingly concerned about public views on the war ahead of 2023 regional 2024 presidential elections. Refurbished US Abrams tanks may reach Ukraine as soon as September. Russia made some gains conducting offensives along the Svatove-Kreminna line and near Bakhmut on July 28. Ukraine continued counteroffensives in at least 3 sectors, reporting advances along Svatove-Kreminna and towards Zaporizhzhia. Russia expanded National Guard powers and increased maximum conscription age, pointing to continued manpower issues. Russian deportation of Ukrainian teenagers under guise of summer camps continues.